Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let us look at another classic CAT problem which can be asked in CAT 2026. So the problem says, in an examination, a student had to attempt all 60 questions. Every right answer carries 4 marks and every wrong answer carries -1 marks. So typically in examinations, basically MCQ type examination, even your CAT examination has the same pattern. A correct answer gives you a positive mark, whereas there is a negative marking for every wrong answer. So this is the same thing that is happening with the student. Further, the question says, if his final score is 165, how many questions did he attempt correctly? So I'll request you to pause this video and solve this question on your own, and then resume the video and match your answer. So I hope you have solved or tried to solve this problem. Now let me show you how you can solve this problem with mixture and allegations. So we'll use the allegation process over here. How we'll use allegation is, basically what I'll say is, let's say if the student attempts all the questions correctly, right? All the 60 questions correctly. So in that case, let me write, if let's say all questions are correctly attempted. So in this case, the student would have scored 60 into 4, right? So there are 60 questions, all need to be attempted, and each question carries 4 marks. So therefore the student will score 60 into 4. This comes out to be 240, right? And in case, let's say the students attempt all incorrect, in that case his total would have been 60 into -1, right? Because every question carries -1 mark for every wrong attempt, right? So in this case, his total would be -60. So this is the maximum, this is the minimum. The student can attempt each of these questions in some ratio, right? So let's say if he has attempted 10 questions right, 5 questions wrong, I mean the final mark will lie somewhere in between these two extreme ends, right? And this is what we have been solving in all the allegation and mixture problems, right? So basically I can say that he can score a maximum of 240, a minimum of 60. Right now he has scored 165, which is somewhere in the middle. Why? Because he must have attempted some Q1 questions correctly and some Q2 questions incorrect. So the ratio of these two would decide what average will the student get, right? As you already know, in allegation we subtract this number from this and this from this. So over here, if we subtract 240 from 165, we get 75 over here. And over here a lot of students can make mistakes. So over here we'll have to subtract 165 from -60, right? So don't subtract 165 -60 and write it as 105. That would be incorrect. You'll have to do 165 minus -60. So that would add up to 165 and we'll get 225 over here, right? So now we know that Q1 by Q2 it will be 225 by 75, right? This gives us Q1 by Q2 as 3:1. So therefore the student has attempted 3. If student has attempted 3 questions correctly, then he attempts 1 question incorrect, right? So therefore we get 3x plus 1x as 60, because there are total 60 questions, right? Now if we get the value of x, we get the value of x to be 15. That means Q2 is 15, right? Q2 is 1x. So the student has attempted 15 incorrect and 45, that is 60 minus 15 correct questions. This was a very simple problem, a tricky one, but a very simple problem of mixture and allegations, which can be asked in your CAT 2026 examination. So do practice this question once again, and if you have any doubts, do ask me in the comment section, and follow and subscribe for more such problems. Thank you so much.